What's going on, everyone? Jim Like Halo here, back again, and today we are talking about Super Paper Mario. Now, this was, even though I made a video on Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, this was the first Paper Mario game I ever played. As when I got a Wii, I did not know what Paper Mario was like as a series. I didn't know it played like an RPG. So when I got Super Paper Mario and immediately started playing the game, it was a 2D, and it started almost like a 2D platform, like, oh, I know, this is just a paper version of like Super Mario Bros. Or something. And then you see the story, and it's like, that could not be further from the truth. So even though this game's kind of weird because it takes the RPG series and makes it, like I said, kind of like a 2D platformer, but also a 3D platformer because you can swap between 2D and 3D in this game, is really cool and interesting. It's still my favorite Paper Mario because of how good the story is. I really like the RPG mechanics in Thousand Year Door, but I don't know. The way this game plays is actually really, really fun. And I don't know. I much rather have something like this as opposed to the newer ones, where the freaking arts and crafts are boss battles instead of actual characters. So, yeah, that's where I stand on that. But anyway, this is the booklet. It actually looks pretty intact here. Looks very new. The good old register product software that used to have a Wii, DS, 3DS games. My Nintendo. Now it's Play Nintendo or something. I don't even know what they call it now. It doesn't matter. This was the classical days of Nintendo Power and all that shabacle. So yeah, Super Mario. Uh, Very nicely colored little booklet here. I super miss when games had these, especially GameCube era. They were very similar to these ones on the Wii era, where they go super in depth with a bunch of screenshots and stuff. They just look really nice. It's like a mini art book in a way, but yeah. Let's get into how the game looks, and I'll show you right now. Okay, so going into the Wii mode on the Wii U. One thing I gotta say is the 3DS kind of had this, and the Wii U kind of had this, but not as much as this. The Wii, when you would click on like a channel or a game in this case, when it has like its own starting little video and little music that plays, is just the coolest little thing. It adds so much like character to it, and I always just appreciate the little things. Kind of reminds me, I don't know if I ever said this in a video. When you transfer your data from Wii to Wii U, there's actually this really cool Pikmin who carry like the little icons of the games that it's transferring over, the data, I guess. But I don't know. There's a video of it. I might link in the description or something. I can't believe I put 20, almost 21 hours in this save file. As you can see, I've completed this game more than once. I really, really like it. But anyway, uh, yeah. So basically, like I said before, this is a 2D game, but you can swap into 3D. Like you can see me moving back and forth here, but if you press the A button, you go into 3D, and that's one of the core abilities. And you can see that you can kind of go in the background here and go like really far. And it's like a 3D world that's like 2D and 3D. And it's really cool when you put that in perspective, because then you like puzzles are like, oh, it looks this way in 2D, but if I go in 3D, it looks completely different, and then you have to solve it a different kind of way. But yeah, I really, really like that. This is just the flip side, the main hub world. You would go around the area and you would have to put in, you get these hearts after the end of every world, and it's like the main progression thing. When you get to an end of a world, like I said, there's usually a boss and you fight it, you get the heart, and then you put that in the column, and then it locks the door to the next world. So yeah, the hub world's really cool to explore around. Definitely reminds me of the hub world in Thousand Year Door, the same way which you have to find stuff to unlock the next area. So definitely like that. The art style as well is very much like Thousand Year Door, and how the people look and stuff, and the partners. Once again, really, really miss the partners in these games. They just add so much character and cool stuff, and the menus as well. So even though, like I said, it's a 2D slash 3D platform or whatever, it still has like RPG mechanics. So you have levels. So every time you go in battles and stuff, you get XP and coins, and when you get those, it contributes towards your level, and the more you level up, the more HP and attack power you get. So you actually play as 4 different characters in this game, which is the coolest part, because the game you only play as Mario. Well, I'm technically Peach, and Thousand Door, and the first one. But anyway, besides Mario, who can flip between dimensions, Princess Peach can do the usual floating in midair type of thing, which is also used for platforming puzzles and stuff. And then if you switch to Bowser, which is the third character you get, which is also really cool to be able to just play as Bowser in a game like this. And he has a flame breath. That's really, really cool and really good. It does a lot of damage. Bowser's like, he's like the best character in the game just for damage. But Luigi, though, on the Chapter 7 boss, when you're in the sky, when you have to, what are you doing? You're finding Princess Peach. You have to find a specific apple to cure her from her sleeping curse or something. But anyway, the boss of that world, it starts in the underwear. It goes to the over there. So Luigi, you can hold up, and then he can do a super high jump, which does a lot of damage. You can absolutely cheese the frick out of the boss. But yeah, that's what the characters do and how they are. And then for the pixels, the partners of this game that I really like, they all have their own abilities. So this guy, you can pick up stuff. He's a bomb. This one, you can get through gaps both in 3D, and you make yourself wiggle through it, and then you swap back to 2D on the other side. You can ground pound with this one. This one makes you go faster and go over spikes and stuff. And then some of these are bonuses. You don't have to get them. And whack with a hammer. A shrink. I think berry was technically a bonus when you go back. And Piccolo. But yeah, they all have unique abilities. Some of them extras, like the pit of 100 tiles. You can get an extra one that makes you run really fast. But yeah, overall, like I said, I just really, really like this game. All the worlds are really like unique, and the characters and the story is really funny and interesting. But yeah, I mean, I really, really like this game, man. I really wish whatever the new, like, I was so happy when the Thousand Year Door remake came out, because it's the style of like this type of game. But I really hope there's another one that's similar to these older Paper Mario games, because they really are just something else. There's really nothing else like them. But yeah, I mean, overall, one of the best Mario games. Some people, it's probably some of their favorites. But yeah, like I said, there's 4 chapters each world. One of them is a little different, but there's just so many plot points and story things that are great in this game that if they end up re-releasing it on like the Switch or something, I would absolutely play it again. It would be amazing. It's amazing as is, and it would be even more amazing. Just like Metro Prime 2. Please bring that Switch Nintendo. We need that. But yeah, as you can see, the first level, you'd think, oh yeah, 2D platformer. But yeah, it gets much more than that as soon as you realize you can swap into 3. It's like, oh, here we go. So yeah. Not really too much more to say about the game other than it's one of my favorite Mario games. I think it has the best story in a Mario game. But yeah, that's about all I have to say, I think, for this video. But let me know what you think of Super Paper Mario. Got to be one of my favorite Wii games next to Super Mario Galaxy. But yeah, overall, really, really love this game. One of my favorites to come back and replay. Right next to there with Thousand Year Door. Even though it's not an RPG and it's very different, still very fun on its own. But yeah, that's about all I have to say for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of this game, if you've played it, or if you want to play it, or whatever. Yeah, that's about all I have to say for this. If you're not subscribed and you would like to, feel free to do so. If you like the video and you want more, feel free to like the video. And yeah, that's about all of it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.